Landmines and jellyfish, welcome back to Knives I Guess, and my stripper name is Abraham Lengthy. So, we're doing our prep work for the Temu edition of the Superbudget Showdown, and we had 12 knives to pick from. We are down to 11 because the one knife that scared me to death because of the absolute lack of a functioning detent, I tried to work on it. And I've said it before, I'll say it again, don't be scared of working on your own stuff. I mostly say that to myself because up until recently, I had way too much mechanical sympathy and didn't want to break something. Now, I have much less mechanical sympathy and I will go in on it. So this thing right here, I did what you're supposed to do when you have a weak detent. Take it apart and your liner lock or your frame lock, push it to the inside a little bit and keep flexing it until it tightens up and starts acting right. This thing did not want to be an intact piece of metal for longer than an 1/18 of a second. I took it apart and I barely put any pressure on this. Like, you could have bent a paper clip in half with a little bit more pressure than I put on this, and it cracked and snapped instantly. You might be able to see how thin that is right there, and incredibly brittle, which means I can see why it didn't have a properly tuned detent on it. So the blade, the bearings, the clip, the barrel spacer, those are all in a box now for when I need something. I may be able to use those parts. But that leaves us with 11 knives to work with. So what's going to happen here is I'm going to show you the knives and I'm going to assign them a number. What I need from you is I need you to vote on one knife. And whichever one of these knives gets the most vote is going to be removed from the showdown. Okay? So vote for your least favorite. You know, vote for the one you want to see gone. Maybe Wednesday of next week, I'm going to go through and count all the votes and remove the one that got the most votes. Thursday is when I'm going to start the first knife for the first week of the 10 weeks. So a little bit of prep work leading up to it, but hopefully you guys enjoy participating in this part. Now, with these Temu knives, these are ones that the much better half picked out, and she picked them out, and some of them I approved because she didn't know whether or not they fit the criteria. But most of them she ordered for me, and I didn't know what they were until they got here. I've tried to filter out whatever clones I could for the most part. There's some stuff that I don't know about. So if clones show up here, I apologize in advance. You know, I am pretty much on the no clones bandwagon. However, this is Temu and this is its own separate beast, and any clones that we have are never going to get seen again anyways. So let's get into the dirty on this. And first up, we have the butterfly knife right here. And by the way, I should mention, all these knives were less than 15 bucks, some of them significantly so. And the rules of the showdown, 15 bucks or less. It's got to have a pocket clip. It's got to be tip up, which is the Lord's carry. And it's got to have a lock. So that's on all these knives across the board. But the first one we're going to look at is the butterfly knife. And this one right here, let's flick the bean on it so you can see the blade. And you got this laser etch on the blade. And you got butterflies painted on it. Pocket clip, tip up, which is the Lord's carry. And this is knife number 1. Knife number 2, I said number 2, is going to be this guy right here. And other thing worth mentioning, I don't know the branding on any of these. When you're on Temu, you don't get branding really. You don't get model numbers. You just get a price, some pictures, and a letter salad Chinese company name, and that's pretty much it. So I don't know what these things are called. But you got this guy right here, and I've got 2 of these. If you paid attention earlier, you'd see where I got a second one, and I'm not sure what to do with it yet, but we'll get there when we get there. But let's flick the bean on this. Very fake Damascus. If I was spending actual money on knives that I cared about, this would be an absolute no-go, but for what we're doing here with the showdown, fake Damascus is hilarious. So, this is knife 2, and on to knife 3. Knife 3 is this gentleman style knife that came with what looks like pack of wood on a stainless steel frame. That might be aluminum, but it feels a little heavy for that. But let's flick the bean. You've got a nice, long CEO-style blade, flat grind, all that stuff. And let's see if you can see this here. Focus. It claims to be D2. So this is knife number 3. Knife number 4 is one that I like a whole lot, and that's this little guy right here. And got your pocket clip, tip up, Lord's carry, just like this and this. Well, let's flick the bean on it. And this is the blade open. It's like a sheep's foot. And this also claims to be D2. So this is knife number 4. Knife number 5 is this guy right here, and this one amuses me to no end. The laser etching on this is actually pretty cool on the bolsters, and it's a Chongming according to the pocket clip. But let's flick the bean on it. So that's what you got right there. Fake feather pattern Damascus, which again I am amused to no end by. Knife number 6 is this guy right here, another gentleman style knife, and let's flick the bean on it. You got that nice long Tanto blade right there. This is probably 3 1/4 inches. Pocket clips tip up, which is the Lord's carry, just like all the rest, and this also claims to be D2. So this is knife number 6. Let's move these up a little bit to make some room. So knife number 6 is right there. Knife number 7 is this hilarious purple and silver number, and pocket clip tip up, Lord's carry, yada yada yada. Let's flick the bean. Now, something I don't think I noticed earlier, or I might have and forgotten about it, but this one claims to be M390. So I got an M390 blade for like $7. What this tells me is Benchmade is way overcharging for their stuff. I can't even say that with a straight face. This is absolutely not M390, and under any other circumstances it wouldn't fly. The only reason it flies now is Superbudget Showdown Temu edition. So this is number 7. The last 3 are the Brownings. This is number 8, and this is the one that took a while to get the right one, that actually had all the parts on it, but this handle feels like it might be nylon, not even fiber reinforced, but let's flick the bean. The blade is a bit heavier than the rest of the handle. I think the balance point is right there on it. That is amazing, but it works. It's an assisted opener. It should do the job for a week if it doesn't get voted off. Number 9 is going to be the green Browning right here, and this one came with a lanyard, which is nice. Good old pocket clip, and let's flick the bean. There's your blade. So this is number 9 right here, and number 10 is going to be our third Browning, which is the same pattern as the Ned Foss, and I don't know who copied who or where they got it from. Again, I wouldn't touch it with a 10-foot pole, but this is Temu, and we're doing something special with these. So let's see if I can flick the bean right on the first try. Doing this on camera has been very difficult, and I'm on like my 7th take. So let's see what happens. Hey, I flicked the bean, guys. Y'all saw a good bean flicking on the first try. So this is knife number 10, and that is the field. Now, this one right here, I am granting immunity because I don't want to lose it to people trolling me. That shouldn't happen with this group, but you never know. And I want to see how this painted blade and painted body hold up to use, and how that paint holds up to doing Cardboard Slayer more than anything else. And let's flick the bean. You got snakes on it, and you got more snakes on it. This thing's goofy, and I love it. So this thing is going to be in the showdown no matter what. But this is the field for you to pick from. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So again, just for the sake of brevity, vote for the one you like the least. Whichever one gets the most votes will not be showing up in the showdown. I hope you guys enjoy participating here, and all that being said, thanks for looking at my crap. Please drop a vote. I'd like to see some numbers on this. Thank you for the subscribers. I am so grateful for the progress we're making. We're slowly making it towards 1,000. Thank you everybody for that so much. Thanks for the comments. I enjoy them quite a bit. All that being said, y'all have a nice day.